Hello, welcome my bald-bearded friends. In today's video we're gonna review Boadicea the Victorious. And this will be the Victorious. This is the 30 ml bottle. Want to know about the pricing and etc. I have made a video about in the unboxing video. I bought 3 of these fragrances, and if you want to know more about it, check out this video as well. This video we will zoom in more about what this fragrance is, and it's a complex, interesting fragrance, although it's also very feminine leaning, and that really makes it pretty hard to wear. At least for me, I find this fragrance is real powdery, real white floral, and real creamy, and it gives almost a little bit of a Nivea vibe from time to time, but also like intermittent. You got the wafts of citruses, white florals, and other notes. And what I really like to also include in this review is the note from the perfumer. So I'm gonna read it out loud. For I always think it's real funny for what's the idea behind it, what they wanted to make, and also in general the tone of voice and how they want to present it. So I have it right here. All right. Thrill to the zing of this bright floral scent, created for those unafraid to make an impact wherever their social world takes them, vibrant and vivacious. It's a potent coalescence of jasmine. I really don't know. Coalescence? It's a word I'm not very familiar with. Of jasmine, lily, and rose, topped by the heady charms of Bulgarian lavender and a smoky saffron. Beneath lies a base of amber, moss, heliotrope, and animal elements. An intriguing counterpoint to Bravery's unashamedly flowery highs. This quintessential oud, all peppery pizzazz and potency, a complete one of commanding presence. Does it have a commanding presence? Well, in their minds, it's apparently it does have a commanding presence. But in my mind and how I perceive this fragrance, I would say it's more like a pretty soft, easygoing, feminine, white floral fragrance. There's a little bit of sweetness, there's some vanilla, there's some ambery notes to it, but it's not, they call it animalistic. Yeah, not really. Perhaps if you only wear like CK1 or fragrances like that, you can say it has a little bit of an animalistic vibe. It has a little bit of rawness in this fragrance. But if you will compare it to something like Cowros, most certainly it doesn't have anything like that. Alright, it starts up, or rather it opens up this fragrance with saffron, black pepper and lavender. We'll spray it on again. And you really get the saffron providing a little bit of warm spiciness combined with a real fresh lavender. And what I like about this lavender is it isn't the quintessential toilet cleaning kind of lavender. It has some luxuriousness in this, which is, of course, this is Boadicea the Victorious. They have, I believe this one is not that expensive, but they have fragrances for 500 euros, something like that. So, or even more. I haven't checked it before making this video, but you would expect some quality in this fragrance. And also the black pepper, to my nose at least, is not something you really smell. You don't really get the peppery vibes in this fragrance, but it has a little bit of the stinginess going through your nose, if you will. That is provided by the black pepper. Mid notes are real white flowery, and in a sense is literally the bones of this fragrance. It has some jasmine, it has some lily, and it's kind of way supported by a rose note. For a white flowery fragrance, the rose note is really noticeable. It's really providing the slightest bit of flowery darkness, a little bit of sweetness, which goes really well actually with the light white flower notes of the jasmine and the lily. In the base you get sandalwood, amber, musk, vanilla and oak moss, and what you really get is really the vanilla, the musk, the amber, and the sandalwood, just providing the before mentioned creaminess in this fragrance. And I have to state, I wore this a couple times. I don't know if the camera really picks it up. You can see it slushing in the bottle, but yeah, I would say this really is a female fragrance, and that's yeah. It gets better in the deep dry down, but still it's really a female fragrance, and that's not that hard to determine. If you look at the notes, you get all those white notes, and the rose note in it, white flowery note. It's really hard to make a really masculine fragrance out of white floral notes. You got, of course, Jean Vavato's Artisan Pure, also really unisex, but that has a little bit more of a masculine touch to it, provided by the lemon note in it, the citruses. But this one, I would say, is unisex, but really female leaning, and that's actually why I do not really enjoy wearing this fragrance. However, in the deep dry down, you get, of course, the sandalwood, the amber, the musk, vanilla, and oak moss. I don't really get oak moss, but it's stated that it's in there, and that's really has the more classic fragrance notes, which are way more pleasing to my nose, I would say. But again, in the first couple hours, I would say the first 5 hours, something like that, it really is a pretty feminine fragrance, and that's why I don't wear this one actually at all. Of course, for making this video I wore it a couple times, but it's not really my cup of tea. So that's why I'm happy to try out 2 others out of the Boadicea the Victorious line. Sillage of this fragrance and projection is not that overwhelming, as you can see in the notes. It's not really that heavy of a fragrance. It's more of a light white floral fragrance. So I would say it's quite moderate. There's a little bit of a push now and then, especially with warmer weather, but it's not that mind-blowing, nostril cleansing, heavy fragrance like a Spice Bomb or some of the Zero fragrances. So that's what you need to keep in mind. So, have you tried any of the Boadicea the Victorious fragrances? Presumably, more of a spicy, warm kind of fragrance. Let me know which one, and perhaps I will try it one day. I would definitely suggest you all to check it out. You can buy those 30 ml packets. You get, I believe, 3 of them for somewhere between 100 and 200 euros. And it's a nice, easy way to get to know this brand. I'm not sponsored by this brand, but I heard a lot about it. So far, I'm not that impressed. Again, this is really not my cup of tea, this fragrance, but still, I have 2 more to go. So perhaps those are more what I think is a pleasurable smell. So thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Ciao.